wondered what happens when carjackers pick the wrong target? This video shows just how savage karma can be. Carjackers' epic fail. This regular dude is just driving peacefully when suddenly he sees this car up ahead slam on its brakes, and out jump these four sketchy-looking guys. Two of them start coming towards him like they're up to no good. But our guy? Nah, he's not having any of that. Instead of freezing up, he goes full-on action hero mode. He guns it towards their car, smashes into their doors, and makes a break for it. It's like something out of a movie. This guy's quick thinking and bold move, absolutely legendary. Not only did the carjackers' plan flop, but they also ended up with a hefty bill for the damage caused by their failed attempt. Brave driver fights off attackers. Check out this crazy scene of an attempted carjacking. You've got 3 people involved, 1 woman and 2 guys in hoodies. They're all ganging up on this poor guy, punching him on the side of the road, trying to steal his car. But get this dude doesn't just roll over and take it. Nope, he fights back like a total boss. And guess what? He actually scares them off. Talk about standing your ground. Driver rams car to evade ambush. This dashcam footage shows something rather weird. Let's have a look at what goes down. When the car reaches near the intersection, it has another vehicle in front of it. As soon as the vehicle in the front turns right, a white car intercepts and the back door of the car opens. One guy tried to come out, but the driver sensed something fishy. He slammed the accelerator and crashed his car into the side of the vehicle that intercepted them. Without stopping, he turns left and drives off as fast as he can. Gas station escape. In this CCTV footage, a red car can be seen parked at a gas station. From the white car next to it, 2 guys step out of it. One of them goes to the back of the red car, acting all casual. At the same time, the other man approaches the driver's door and attempts to pull the driver out. What happened next will blow your mind. The driver thinks quickly and decides to escape. He steps on the accelerator and speeds away, with the carjackers left confused. The driver even ran over one of the would-be robbers. Piedmont Avenue Showdown. Imagine you're about to sit in your car and out of nowhere you get attacked by 2 men. This is exactly what happened in this CCTV footage. Take a look. This incident happened in Piedmont Avenue last month. A man walks towards his car where he's confronted by 2 other men wearing hoodies. They were carrying a pistol with them to scare their victims into submission. These guys take away his car keys from him as they are heading back to the man's car. 2 people who were standing across the road decided to intervene. Both of them had a rod in their hand and they started hitting the robber's car. When the carjackers saw this, they quickly got in their car and drove off without the victim's car. Bus driver's brave reverse. Here we can see these 3 guys with guns trying to stop a bus. But instead of stopping like they wanted, the driver starts backing up. Talk about a tense moment. If one of those guys had pulled the trigger, things could have gone south real fast. Honestly, the driver probably made the right call by not giving them a chance. Dashcam drama. Check out this dashcam footage from Albuquerque, New Mexico. This incident took place back in December 26. Think of this. It's late at night, and this unnamed driver is trying to help his friend get to a store. Out of nowhere, this red Chrysler 300 gets in front of them and hits the brakes really hard, which starts a crazy chase. But the driver kept his cool. He quickly reversed his car to get away. The guys in the red Chrysler aren't done, though. They start throwing stuff and they start flashing their lights, trying to scare off the driver, hoping that he might stop. But the driver's determined to not give up so easily. Just when things are getting really intense, a police car shows up. The driver now has some hope, and he starts honking at the cop's car to get their attention. The red Chrysler driver realizes the police have their attention and disappears quickly. That is one convenient encounter to come across the cops like that.
The cops are going after
Is the
him
officer
right now.
there with you?
No, he's just wearing a high-speed car chase.
Driver dodges. Clever carjacking setup. Imagine heading home from work only to have a whole act prepared for you in the middle of the road. That is what we will see in this dashcam footage, exposing a carjacking scam you won't believe. Watch as this car is cruising along, but hold on to your seats because what's about to go down will leave you speechless. Out of nowhere, a girl appears and smashes into the car. But wait, it gets crazier. A guy shows up, pretending to help her, signaling for the car to stop. Luckily, our driver sees through their act and doesn't fall for it. Instead of stopping, he hits the gas and gets out of there, avoiding a potential disaster. Driver dodges road blocker. This dashcam video begins with a car driving along a sunny road. But then, as soon as the car turns, a man suddenly appears in the middle of the road, attempting to stop the car. But guess what? The driver is not being fooled by this. With quick thinking, he dodges the guy and keeps on moving as if it never happened. Driver outmaneuvers. Carjackers. This car driver is just cruising along, doing his thing, when suddenly he spots some sketchy folks hanging out at a red light. Out of nowhere, another car pulls up in front, blocking the road. The driver isn't falling for it. They sense trouble and decide to back up instead. Next thing you know, the car behind them starts following, and those hoodie-wearing guys jump back in their car to chase after them, but our driver isn't backing down. They start swerving through traffic, dodging those bad guys like a pro. Even when some dude in white tries to flag them down, they keep on going. And then there's a blue car trying to block their path, but our driver's quick moves save the day, steering clear of a dangerous carjacking. Dad defends family and property. Imagine just chilling at home after your kids' track practice when suddenly your wife bursts into their room, freaking out about someone breaking in. Turns out these two dudes were messing around with your SUV parked outside. Now, the owner named Soto, being the protective dad he is, grabs his gun and heads downstairs to see what's up. He catches one of the guys red-handed and chases him off, but the other one is still in the getaway car. Things get heated, and Soto ends up firing his gun when the guy tries to shut the car door on him. Thankfully, nobody in the house gets hurt, but the thieves manage to make off with some Morgan silver dollars worth a couple of $100. Too bad. Escaped armed man at red light. Take a look at this insane video taken from the dash cam of a car. There's this car at the red light. But then, out of the blue, this man crossing the street pulls a gun and aims it at the car. It was a thrilling moment. But the driver reverses, leaving the robber standing in front. He attempts to chase, but the driver is too fast and quickly escapes. Off-duty officer stops thieves. In Buenos Aires, Argentina, these wannabe carjackers think they've hit the jackpot when they spot a Volkswagen diesel truck. Little do they know, the owner of that truck is actually an off-duty cop. Now these guys are in for a surprise. As they try to pull off their carjacking scheme, the off-duty officer springs into action, whipping out his weapon and firing a shot, hitting one of the suspects in the leg. Talk about a plot twist! Thankfully, the officer comes out of the whole ordeal without a scratch, and the injured suspect, while probably regretting his life choices, survives with non-life-threatening injuries. Quick-thinking driver escapes. This lady was driving around minding her own business when suddenly, the car ahead of her slammed on its brakes out of nowhere, and these two guys jumped out, waving guns around. It's like something straight out of an action movie. Now, imagine being in her shoes at that moment. Scary stuff, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of freezing up or panicking, this woman's instincts kick in, and she hits the gas pedal like there's no tomorrow. Talk about quick thinking. Chaos in the parking lot. This CCTV footage starts off with a white car pulling up to a parking area. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? But then, Things take a shady turn when three guys hop out of the car. Two of them head straight into the parking structure like they're up to no good, probably planning to steal another car. Now, while those two are doing their thing inside, the third guy stays outside, keeping watch to make sure nobody interrupts their little operation. Okay, so after that nail-biting scene in the parking lot, things really heat up. The guys come charging out, like clearly stuff didn't go down the way they wanted in there. As the group regroups near the road, they spot a car approaching. Without skipping a beat, one of the guys, wearing a white hoodie, tries to pull off another carjack. But the driver of the other car ain't having it and floors it out of there. Then here's where things get intense. The victim from inside the parking structure comes out of nowhere and slams right into the bad guy's ride. Total shocker, right? But hold on to your hats because it gets even crazier. They circle back around and plow into the suspect's car again. This guy wants revenge. Gun battle over car. You're about to see these guys realizing their huge mistake. These sketchy guys can be seen creeping up on a parked car, all hoodied up like they're about to pull something shady, which they are. Then, out of nowhere, they whip out a gun and try to steal the car and drive it off. But hold up, the car's owner isn't just going to sit there and let them take it. Nah, he jumps out and starts shooting at them from outside the car. These wannabe thieves quickly realize they messed with the wrong dude and hightail it out of there, running for their lives. Late-night confrontation. Picture this. One day you are driving in the middle of the night and then a mob is charging you. This scenario was a reality for this driver. The path is suddenly blocked and a guy walks towards the car reaching for his pocket. Thankfully, the driver does not wait and see what his intentions are. He steps on the gas and takes off, leaving all that strangeness behind. Safety first, right? Escapes ambush by speeding away. In this video, a white car is seen stationary on the road and the car's left turn indicator is on. All of a sudden, two men exit from the white car. Without any delay, our driver accelerates and drives away. The white car swiftly chases and gets tailed, but the driver increases the speed and gets away safely. Stick shift fail. This guy just finished getting gas in Germantown on Saturday. Suddenly, two teenagers show up, pull him out of his car, and demand his keys. They want to steal his car and take off. But here's where it gets interesting. The car's got a manual transmission, one of those stick shifts. And guess what? These young carjackers have no clue how to drive a manual. Wild escape in Dearborn Heights. In Dearborn Heights, there was this crazy situation caught on camera during an attempted robbery. It all went down early on a Sunday morning near Beach Daily and McDonald Street. This pickup truck is pulling into a driveway around 5:30 a.m. Then, out of nowhere, a person comes up to the truck, and the driver freaks out and quickly reverses, obviously scared for their life. But here's where things get really wild. As the driver floors it to get away, the truck ends up dragging one of the suspects underneath it. Can you imagine? A neighbor named LaShonda Miles, who left for work just 10 minutes earlier, narrowly missed being part of the chaos. She even noticed tire marks on her lawn from the truck's crazy path. It gets even crazier. The suspects aren't done yet. One of them fires 4 shots at the truck as it speeds away, leaving a bullet hole in the window. Thankfully, nobody got hit by the bullets. The shooter then bolts, managing to escape. Gas station hero. In this video, we find ourselves at an AM/PM gas station just before noon. A man is there putting air in his tires when out of nowhere, a suspect jumps into the driver's seat of his car, but our guy isn't having it. He spots the suspect, dashes over to the passenger side, and jumps in too. Inside the car, it's chaos, a real struggle between the two. Still, Our car owner doesn't back down, and eventually the suspect throws in the towel, bails out of the car, and takes off running. Quick reversal and speedy getaway. In this video, the red car is stationary when a black car approaches and parks beside it. Two men come out of the black car, and one of them is holding a pistol while the other one has a rifle. The man with the pistol points the gun at the driver, and the other tries to unlock the door with the rifle. The driver immediately backs up the car and drives off at a fast pace. The two men then go back to their car and drive off as well, having failed at their carjacking attempt. Owner fights back. First, a car pulls into a garage, but then, out of nowhere, another car shows up and parks right behind it. A bunch of guys come out of this car waving a gun and demanding the victim get out. But instead of turning himself in, the driver kicks it into reverse and slams into the car right behind him. This catches the attackers off guard and they get back into their car. But the owner's not done yet. To block off their way, he keeps ramming his car into theirs. They try to turn around, but he's determined to stop them and slams them again and again. Finally, they try to get out of the car and run. Parking lot panic. Next up, we have this grey car that drives into a parking lot and stops to park. At the same time, a white car comes and stops right at the gate. Two men step out of the white car and run towards their target, pointing guns at the driver. Thinking fast, the driver of the grey car backs up quickly and drives towards the parking lot exit. In the process, he manages to hit the white car that is parked at the entrance. Not only does the driver manage to get away, but he also did some damage to remind the carjackers they messed with the wrong guy. Highway carjacking foiled heroically. This driver was cruising peacefully along a highway when he saw the car in front of him stop. Probably some mechanical problem, right? Wrong! Two men get out of that car and start walking towards our driver. As soon as they are close enough to your car, they attempt to pull open the doors of the vehicle. Scary, right? But this driver did not panic. He steers the wheel, floors the paddle, and drives away from there. It is no Hollywood production. This is real life. High stakes reverse. In this footage, there is a white car that is pulling up and stopping. Three men come out and start walking towards this house as if they have some evil plan. In the meantime, the driver decides to turn the car around. The three men go over to a car and try to carjack it, but they pick the wrong person. The driver does not hesitate a second and races right toward them. He reverses his car out of the driveway and hits the white car that is in the process of making a turn. Driver rams carjacker's stolen vehicle. Have a look at this incident that happened in Chile. Imagine a dude cruising along in his pickup truck when suddenly a car slams the brakes right in front of him. Then three people jump out of the car and start moving towards the pickup. One of them aims at the driver with a gun. The pickup driver senses danger and hits the gas, driving straight into their car. The carjackers are totally caught off guard by this. The pickup driver manages to push the car aside. And guess what captured all of this amazing escape? The dash cam. And there you have it. The proof that sometimes karma comes quicker than expected. These carjackers thought they had an easy mark, but they ended up running for their lives. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Be sure to drop a comment letting us know which one of these was your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this coming your way. Until next time, stay safe and stay alert.